Is happening YouTube. It is Wednesday. Appreciate you guys hanging out. My name is Joe, just the average Joe, hanging out in the garage, getting ready to pull my orders. It's a late start for me today. I already had to have, it's already like 1:30. I had to have my mail lady come back. That's not her, is it? No. I already had to ask my mail lady if she could come back because it's been a busy morning. But just now getting the orders. Had 6 orders, so the number of orders I had was good. Considering I got like 670 items or so up, or 680 items up, so it's about 1%. However, the dollar amount wasn't where it needs to be, so which is fine. At least I'm selling things. That's the name of the game. So I've sold a few older items, which is nice. Get some of this old stuff out of here. But let's go over sales. I don't have a whole lot to go over except for returns. I hate returns. I hate returns. Do y'all hate returns? I hate returns. By the way, if I didn't say, my name is Joe. I've been reselling for 8 years full-time, 24 years since 2000. I've been on eBay doing my thing. So I've been through a lot. Hopefully I can share some things with y'all along this journey, because I'm here doing this anyway. So I might as well share it with y'all and hang out and you know, get to know some of y'all and share how I do, and then maybe y'all can share and help me as well. So it's just kind of like a, you know, it's a win-win. So make sure you subscribe if you enjoy the videos. This is the main thing that we do, is pull videos and just kind of talk and chit chat. I do sometimes show off the things that I pick up. I'm gonna try to do some more shorts going forward when I do pickups, and eventually I'll get back to doing my little GoPro while I'm out in the field and picking and yard selling and all that. Eventually I'll get back to doing that a little bit. I won't do it a lot, but at least a little switch it up video kind of thing, show off, you know, when I'm out yard selling and things like that. So I do have a new computer, so I can start editing and things like that. I just haven't really gotten that far yet, because if y'all have been with me, you know I like things easy. So this is easy. Set up my thing, put my phone on, hit record, post it, done. Easy. Editing is tedious. I'm kind of anxious to start editing on my new computer, because my new computer is pretty awesome, but I'm still not really looking forward to just editing. Editing is it's not for me. I'll just say that it's not for me. So this is raw, unedited. This is everything that you're gonna see here is pretty much shooting from the hip, on top of my head kind of thing. Again, I'm just the average Joe hanging out, trying to help you guys along your journey, whether you're new to this or whether you've been reselling for a long time. I think I have some things to offer for everybody. If anything, hopefully I'm somewhat okay to hang out with and watch. I don't know. But let's go over sales, because I don't have a ton of stuff to really go over today. I might even pack with y'all on camera with me, because all the stuff I have is smaller stuff that's sold. So let's go ahead and start. By the way, I hate returns. I had 2 returns. I haven't had any returns in a while. I just got 2 back to back. One is a DVD player that came out of my daughter's room, and I know it worked. I didn't test it because it came out of my daughter's room, and I knew, I mean, last time she used it a few months back, so I'm not quite sure how it's not working, but the guy said it doesn't read Blu-ray. Now I'm curious whether it reads DVDs, but it really doesn't matter at this point. So once I get it back, I'll play with it. I've had stuff returned and it works, and the people say it didn't work, and it's come back and it's worked. So once I get it back, I'll take a look at it. It was $45, so it's worth sending it back and looking at it. And if it doesn't work, then I'll probably toss it, but or send it to my thrift store for my wife to see if she can maybe $5-10 out of it, because it still has the smart thing portion of it where you can do Netflix and all that kind of stuff. So it's still usable, but I guess you can't, as of right now, from my understanding, it doesn't play Blu-ray. But like I said, that one was kind of a flukish, because again, it came out of my daughter's room, and you know, we upgraded her to a new TV and stuff, and so she never mentioned it didn't work at any point in time. As far as I know, last time she used it a few months back, because she doesn't really watch a ton of DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, but it worked. So anyway, the other one is an Xbox Power Block, which the guy started a return like almost 3 weeks ago. Sent me a message, said it didn't work, and then like now all of a sudden, you know, granted, it's just, you know, I was assuming he just got it working, or he just didn't know how to use it or something. I mean, just plug it in and it works. I tested it, it worked, so I'm not quite sure what that one's about either. So I'm typically, I would normally let them keep it and give them their money back. It's a lot of times it's not worth it to have them send it back and pay double shipping, basically, especially on a $20 item like that. The DVD player was like $45, so it's worth, and I got no in cost on it. Well, I mean, I got it years ago, so whatever the in cost was years ago. So technically, I don't look at it as having any in cost on that. So I'll take that back. We'll tinker with it and see. Maybe still squeeze a few bucks out of that, or at least, you know, we'll just see if it works or not. And then the power block, I'm just not quite sure about that one either. I know I tested it at work, so it's coming back. I am going to have him send it back just because I'm about 99.9% sure that thing should be working. So if it does come back, it's not working, I'll probably just chuck it and just eat my losses. But typically stuff like that, like I said, it's hit and miss. Sometimes I'll give them their money back if it's not worth it. Sometimes I will. If I knew he didn't send me a picture, I don't know. I guess I should have him send me a picture of it not working, but I don't like to just send it back and I'll tinker with it. So, normally if it's not worth, depending what the dollar ratio is to send back versus what you've already paid, your in cost, things like that, a lot of times it's not worth having folks send stuff back. So like I said, a lot of times I'll just have them keep it. These two items I am going to have them send back. So we'll follow up with y'all once I get them back. We'll see what the outcome is. But I hate returns. These two are not terrible returns. I've had some really bogus out in left field returns. It's just I don't know. But again, we'll see how that shakes once I get them back. Let's go ahead and get to sales. And I'll say this, how to avoid returns, because I don't get a ton of returns. And so just a little nugget to share with you guys. When you're listing stuff, especially if you're new to this, if you're listing stuff, the way to not get returns is to make sure you just point out the blemishes, the issues, the flaws, the whatever's wrong with it. It doesn't quite read discs very well, but it intermittently reads discs, or it has a chip in it, or has a tear, or has a hole, or has a burn, or whatever it is, whatever the situation is, make sure you disclose those things. Obviously, you're gonna have to take a few bucks less than what the regular comps go for, but a lot of times those things that are flawed, blemishes, whatever, have issues, still sell, especially at the right price. So make sure that you're listing stuff, doing your due diligence, and looking over your items, knowing if they're electronic, testing them all out, making sure they're good. I know it's tedious, I know it's a pain, but at the end of the day, it will help reduce your returns, because I've heard a lot of people in the past, a lot of people that I know that don't like to sell on eBay. So let me kind of rephrase how I want to go with this. A lot of people that I know that don't like selling on eBay, typically it's because they've had bad experiences with returns and customers. If you're forthcoming and you actually look, I can post a bunch of stuff on eBay, and next thing you know, I hate eBay too, because I wasn't doing my part in making sure I was putting the description what is up with all those items. I can easily put stuff up all day long, but if there's issues with them, then obviously I'm gonna have customers not happy about stuff, which means I'm gonna cause myself headache, is basically what it boils down to. That you want to avoid those kind of things. You know what I mean? I understand you don't want to test, you don't want to look over, and you don't want to maybe say anything about this flaw or that, whatever. Just be transparent with your items, list them with the accurate description, and you don't have to go crazy. If there's a little blemish on this shirt, I'm just going to put in the description. I typically cut and paste my title and then into the description, and then in the description I'll put down has stain on front, and I'll usually have a picture with my finger pointing at the stain. So they can, and then I'll put as pictured. So stain on front of shirt as pictured. Simple. It's not rocket science. You don't have to make it complicated. You point at it and take a picture, and you're telling them that there's a stain on the shirt as pictured, because you've got a picture of your finger pointing at thus hole, stain, whatever. And it goes back to electronics, same thing. Make sure that you're, pointing out those flaws, those issues, scratched up screens. I had one guy, it's funny. So I'll give you an example, just folks not thinking, you know what I mean? A lot of times it's just, being new to this, you don't think things through. So I ordered an Xbox 360 game, Silent Hill HD collection, I believe it was, or I forget which one it was, but it was one on Xbox 360. So I got it in the mail, and the cover art was all waterlogged and damaged, and it had the ripples in the artwork, which is the outside case. So in other words, the artwork goes on the outside part of the case, and that was rippled, like wavy. And I'm like, So I take it out and I look at it and I'm like, huh, this thing's water damaged. It's been moisture damaged. And so the back of it's got like mold on it, black mold, little black specks all over it, which pretty sure it's black mold, but either way. So I messaged the guy. I was like, hey, I appreciate you sending the item in a timely manner. The game and the manual are great, but this cover art is no good. It's all water damaged. And so his listing said everything was very nice condition. There was no mention about water damage or anything like that. So and he's a newer seller. I think he had like 200 some feedback. He replied to me and he said, oh, I didn't realize that I had to disclose the artwork. And I was like, well, normally you don't unless there's a problem with it. And so in this case, there was a problem. It was water damage. Now, if you've got a little nick or scratch or dent or whatever in the case, little tiny stuff like that's not really a huge deal. But like if there's a tear, water damage, more than just regular, just wear and tear on an item, if there's actual punctured hole, scrapes, rips, tears, water, whatever it is, like you should disclose that. So like a lot of times I'll put down like, if there's an issue with it, I'll put down like, manual and disc are in mint condition, case is in fair condition or an acceptable condition. And that's it. Make it super simple. Or if that case, I would have said game and manual are in amazing condition. In case, manual, and game are in great condition. However, the artwork does have some water damage. Done. Don't make it harder than it needs to be, but just disclose what it is. So that's it. Obviously your item is now less desirable because it's got some water damage, but that doesn't mean that somebody's still not going to pick it up. That guy still wanted premium, and I paid premium because I thought it was all in great condition because that's how he had it listed as. And then I get it and this thing's waterlogged. The outside's all waterlogged. I'm like, man, I wouldn't have paid $28 for this game if I would have known that. So anyway, I ended up asking for like a $10 refund. He gave me a $10 refund, all that, and lesson for him. But if y'all can stay ahead of the curve and just make sure you disclose everything, that's all. It's too easy. Anyway, let's go ahead and start the day with sales because I don't have a whole lot else to go over. Not a whole lot of nuggets that I can think of that I have to share. So it's going to be a quick day. Harley shirt out of Dubai, 3XL. Just listed this like 4 days ago. Sold for $16 plus shipping. So there's that. Next thing it sold was... I kind of took a hit on these. Sometimes, it was only like $4. I really should have countered, but it was only $4. In the grand scheme of things, it's not really the end of the world. But one of my repeat customers sent an offer for $20 a piece. I had them up for $25 a piece. What I didn't realize is I guess I have bundled shipping on. I don't get a ton of bundled stuff. And if I do, in the past, it seems like I haven't identified that it's charging a bundle rate. So like he sent me an offer for 20, should have been $6 a piece on shipping, which would have been $52, 20, 20, and 12. Well, it was 46. I was like, man, so technically I took a loss on these. I should have countered at 22. Wasn't thinking that it was bundled and it would be $6 instead of 12 for the shipping. It is what it is. I don't take that loss very often, but and technically it's not a loss. I'm still up, but at the end of the day, I could have squeezed out at least like $6 more to help cover shipping and things like that, because two of these are going to now be like closer to, I don't know, $8 or so, $9 possibly, because now we're going to get close to a pound. Anyway, these sold for $20 a piece to the same buyer and a repeat customer. So and I kind of was just like, you know what, at a repeat customer, hey, you got a deal. There you go. So there's that. Next thing it sold, like I said, we don't have a ton of sales today. Resident Evil, discs, no manual. Let me just rephrase it. Disc, Resident Evil, just the discs, no manual. Sold for $10 plus $10 free shipping. Let's see, Ultimate Fight Championship, huh? Let's see what this is. Ultimate Fight Championship, Game Boy Color, manual only. Manual only. All right, so that's not that pile. So manual only. Got it. So I didn't realize this was manual only. Thought that was the game too. Even better. This sold for, well, I'm not in the right screen. 16. Where's the oh, yep, I'm not in the right screen. Let's go back one. 779. So just Game Boy Color, manual. Next thing it sold was a pair of shoes, and then let's see, is it Black Riders? Dark Siders. So Dark Siders sold for $9.50 free shipping. And the last thing that sold was a pair of shoes, which I've had forever. Hey, that's good. I've been selling through some shoes because I got too many shoes, so I need to get rid of these things. Jordans, I forget which kind they are, but anyway, sold these for $24 plus shipping. So 24 plus shipping. So there's that. Jordan shoes. So the total, not a great total. I did not hit goal. I hit my minimum, but I did not hit goal. So 6 items total was $135.31. You know, obviously yesterday was six plus, so it kind of averages. It goes back to, it's the average for the week, not daily. But hit at least my minimum, which is $100 after shipping and stuff. This should probably only cost me like $20 to ship all this stuff out. So it'll be at least $100, which is my bare minimum. So there's that. If y'all been with me before, my bare minimum is $100. My goal is $200 a day. So there's that, just for folks that may be new. That's about all I got for you guys. Not a whole lot happening today. Returns suck, so I'm gonna just say that again. Returns suck. I hate returns, but they are avoidable for the most part. Obviously, you still got some crazy customers out there, and I've had some crazy customers. And anyway, we can get to that later at another time, because I'm sure I'll get some crazies. We always tend to get some occasionally from time to time. So whenever I get those from now on, at least, I'll be sharing that with you guys. But that's it. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow, assuming I got sales. I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. I don't have a whole lot going on the rest of the week. I finished off my memorabilia series, my football helmets and all that. So that's done. I'll be kicking that off again like Saturday night. So for the next few nights, I'll be pretty chillax. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, for the next 3 nights, I'll be pretty chill. Not a ton happening. So my goal is to list a whole bunch of stuff on eBay, get through the little bit I have left. I think I got like maybe 20-ish items left to put up on eBay, not including my emergency game pile. If y'all been with me, you know what that's about. But everything else will be up on eBay, so I'll be pretty much ready for Saturday yard sales, which is supposed to be nice Saturday. So yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully all sales are going well. Drop comments, let me know how things are going for you guys. Tell me about your returns, man. Like, how about some of your returns? Tell me some of those nightmares, man. I like to hear. But anyway, that's all for me. Again, my name is Joe, just the average Joe here on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and we will see y'all tomorrow.